Hello everyone, my name is Ranger Pam and I am here to demonstrate our dog pop-up that you'll be taking out into the park. So every time we have a pop-up, we come up with a goal. So the goal for this pop-up is that visitors will be encouraged to recreate respectfully with their dogs in the park. And our essential theme question is, what does respect look like? So this pop-up is, I would say, primarily family audience. It can go out into the community at places like Bark in the Park, and it can go throughout our park to help people learn a little bit about some of the rules we'd like them to follow when they are out there with their pets. So we start over here. This is an audience-centered activity. The question is, why do you bring your dog to the park? And what we're going to do is here is we have this jar of little pebbles, and they have 4 different options. So do they bring the dog to the park to explore new areas, to exercise for themselves and their dog, to strengthen their bond with their pet, or to meet new furry friends? And then what people can do is they can put these in whichever of the ones that pertain to them. So it's just a nice little way to find out, why are people coming? So why are you coming to Cuyahoga Valley National Park? And when you visit, when you are coming, there are certain things that we would like people to keep in mind. And we call these the BARK rules. And so there's 4 of them. B is for bag your own poop and throw it away. Don't just leave it on the trail, because that does sometimes happen. This is not poop. These are rocks in here. So don't worry, you're not going to carry around that. The second one is always have your dog on a leash. And so we've got this cute little husky on a leash here. We prefer a 6-foot leash, then they don't get too far away from you. Respect wildlife. That's the R. R is for respect. So respect wildlife when we're out there. A lot of times when you ask people to put their dog on the leash, they think it's just because other people are uncomfortable, or they say, oh, my dog doesn't run away, stays right here, right? But the challenge is that a lot of times a dog will see a squirrel, will see a chipmunk, and will just take off after it. We call that harassing the wildlife. And oddly enough, that is something that people sometimes go, oh, I never thought about that, harassing wildlife, right? Not good things. Also good to let people know when they do run after animals like this, sometimes they do get lost. We have a lot of lost dogs in the park, which is heartbreaking for us. And the R in BARK is know where you can go. And so we have a nice little map of the park here. We have our Valley Guide that on the back has our popular park attractions. What I'm going to encourage everybody to do is not send them to the big 3, right? So our big 3 are Brandywine, Ledges, Beaver Marsh. Spread them out, right? There's over at Kendall Lake, the cross-country trail is nice and wide. It has rolling hills, very nice spot. Oak Hill, the Plateau Trail is a less used trail. So sometimes consider a nice wide trail where they have lots of room, but also think less traveled trails that we can kind of gear people towards. Over here, what makes you respect someone, right? So what are the characteristics of that kind of respect? And we'll have a dry erase board so we can write it down for people, or they can write it down for themselves. But really trying to pull, if we're going to be respectful when we're out there of each other and of wildlife, what are those characteristics of respect? Starting to get people to think a little bit deeper. And then we have over here for the kids, and hopefully we'll have an extra table, a card table that we can spread out on. These are little doggy tags, and the kids can make their own dog tag and take it home with them. So we will have a lot of dog tags punched out. Got nothing to do, go ahead and cut some dog bones. And then we have a hole punch here, and then we have some string. So kids can use the colored pencils, decorate their own little doggy tag. And then finally, oh, it's levitating. How awesome. Okay. Finally, we have this frame. And we would love people who come to the park with their dogs to take a picture of themselves and their dog in the frame, and then go on Instagram and hashtag CVNP puppy. And that way we can see all kinds of people recreating in Cuyahoga Valley National Park. So let the visitor guide the conversation, right? But we want to get our bark rules out there, and we want to find out why you're coming, when you're here. You know, here's some things you can do to help the national park to be respectful of our place and other people. And, you know, what does that look like? What does that look like? And then hopefully have some fun, take home a little doggy tag for the kids, take a picture, and share it with your friends. So that is our dog pop-up.